4.3 Chasing the Sea Monster. Jules Verne, a French writer, is known as the father of science fiction. In this passage from his novel 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, he describes how people on a ship think of the submarine as an animal and try to chase and hunt it. Our frigate, that means a small speedy ship used in war, wanted to go back, but the unearthly animal came at us with a speed double our own. The animal caught up with us, played with us. It made a full circle around the frigate and wrapped us in sheets of electricity that were like luminous dust. Meanwhile, I was surprised to see that our warship was fleeing, not fighting. I commented on this to Commander Farragut. Professor Aronnax, he answered me, I don't know what kind of fearsome creature I am up against, and I don't want my frigate running foolish risk in all this darkness. Let's wait for daylight and then we shall play a different role. The whole crew, that means the people working on the ship, stayed on their feet all night long. No one even thought of sleeping. Our frigate slowed down. The animal mimicked the frigate, simply rode with the waves, but did not leave the field of battle. However, near midnight it disappeared. But at 12:53, a deafening hiss could be heard, resembling the sound made by a water spout expelled with tremendous intensity. Isn't that the noise cetaceans make when they spurt water from their blowholes? Cetaceans are the marine animals like a whale. So somebody thought it must be the noise of cetaceans. The very noise, sir, but this one's way louder. We stayed on the alert until daylight, getting ready for action. Our chief officer loaded the blunderbusses, which can launch harpoons as far as a mile, and long duck guns with exploding bullets that can wound and kill even the most powerful animals. At 6 o'clock day began to break, and the animal's electric glow disappeared. At 7 o'clock, a very dense morning mist spread around us. Our best spy glasses were unable to look through it. At 8 o'clock, the mist rolled away, and the horizon grew wider and cleaner. Suddenly, Ned Land's voice could be heard. There is the thing in question. Ascertain to port. Every eye looked toward the point indicated. There, a mile and a half from the frigate, a long blackish body emerged a meter above the waves. Quivering violently, its tail was creating a considerable current. The captain ordered the engineer to sail full steam towards the animal. That means to go near the animal in full speed. Our frigate, the Abraham Lincoln, headed straight for the animal. The animal got up a little speed and kept its distance without the frigate getting any closer to the sea animal. At this rate, it was obvious that we would never catch up with it. The Abraham Lincoln gathered speed, but so did the animal. Abraham Lincoln was now speeding so much that its mast trembled down to their blocks. What a chase! No, I can't describe the excitement that shook my very being. Commander said, so that animal is faster than the Abraham Lincoln. All right. Get the gun in the bow. The gun fired a shot, but his shell passed some feet above the cetacean, which stayed half a mile off. So the commander shouted, $500 to the man who can pierce that infernal beast? An old grey-beard gunner approached the cannon, put it in position, and took aim for a good while. There was a mighty explosion mingled with cheers from the crew. The shell reached its target. It hit the animal but bounced off its rounded surface and vanished into the sea 2 miles out. That monster must be covered with 6-inch armor plate, said the old gunner. The hunt was on again. Hour after hour went by without the animal showing the least sign of weariness. We two struggled on tirelessly. At 10:50 in the evening, that electric light reappeared 3 miles away from the frigate, just as clear and intense as the night before. The monster seemed motionless, and Commander Farragut decided to take full advantage of it. He gave his orders. The frigate approached without making a sound, stopped 2 cable lengths from the animal. A profound silence reigned over the deck. We were not 100 feet from the blazing core of light, whose glow grew stronger and dazzled the eyes. Just then, I saw Ned Land brandishing his dreadful harpoon. Barely 20 feet separated him from the motionless animal. All at once, his arm shot forward and the harpoon was launched. I heard the weapon make a ringing sound as if it had hit some hard substance. The electric light suddenly went out and 2 enormous waterspouts crashed onto the deck of the frigate, racing like a torrent from one end of the ship to the other, toppling crewmen, breaking spare mast and yard arms from their lashings. That means there was a huge speedy stream of water. A hideous collision occurred, and thrown over the rail with no time to catch hold of it, I was thrown into the sea. Language study. If you try to find the subject and object in these sentences, you will notice that all these sentences have subjects, but there are no objects in some sentences. Some verbs do not need objects. For example, birds fly. The baby smiles all the time. The verbs fly, smile in these sentences do not have any objects, and they are known as intransitive verbs. And the verbs which have an object are known as transitive verbs. For example, he is writing a book. He is subject, is writing verb, a book object.